Là, ça avait comme buggé. Ouais. Bonjour à tous, c'est Classe 24. Comme je l'ai dit, le truc avait probablement dû couper. Je vais juste attendre en ce moment parce que ça. Je vais voir si ça va recouper une autre fois. Je suis pas sûr, mais c'est juste pour être bien certain. Fait que- c'est dégueulasse. Mon ballon. Merci, mon ballon. En ce moment, c'est ça. Je sais pas si ça marche comme du monde. Juste vérifier. Ok, ouais, ça marche. Ouais, c'est ça. Tout à l'heure, il y avait eu un problème, ça avait bugué, puis je savais pas trop pourquoi. Je sais pas si ça l'a mis sur la chaîne ou peu importe, au pire je l'enlèverai. Au pire je l'enlèverai. Voilà. Lui, c'est poussé, c'est très bien. Ce bouton, je sais pas à quoi il sert. Je sais pas trop à quoi il sert, mais il est là. Euh, ouais. Non, on préfère c'est le plush baby. Je je sais pas trop c'est quoi, en vrai. Donc, je veux vraiment accéder au. Non, mais ma calisse. Comment on fait pour accéder au truc avec les vidéocassettes, là, cette cochonnerie-là, là? Euh... Je me souviens plus, je me souviens plus, je me souviens plus. Ça, c'est des boutons. Je sais qu'il y a le bouton là. Mais... ça... Ça m'aide pas à grand-chose. Pour te dire, ça m'aide pas à grand-chose. Je vais juste aller vérifier juste comment on fait. Parce que ça me fait très chier. Ah, merde. Ah, merde. Attends. Ah, fils de pute. Hello. Hello, hello. Comme un épée, j'étais là, en face de moi, il y a ma tablette, mais comme un épée, je regarde de travers le casque. Oh. Je savais même pas qu'il y avait FNAF VR sur Nintendo Switch. En tout cas. Ah, si, ok. Pardon. Excusez-moi. Surtout toi. Tout ça, les faire foutre. Prix. Là. Je lance comme une quille. Tabarnak. Les gros fils de pute. Toi t'as pas bougé et c'est... Tant mieux, salope. Si j'ai quand même récupéré les tapes dans l'ordre, c'est fou ça. Allô, fils de pute?
Hello? Can you hear me? Don't exit this room, okay? This isn't a mistake. This room isn't a mistake. I had to hide these logs away from the core gameplay files, in a place that only a beta tester would look, and in a place where the files could be protected. I just really, really hope that the next development team finds this before the game is released to the public. This game has some kind of malicious code in it that we haven't been able to fully contain or even understand for that matter. We're over budget and out of time. But that's not the reason that we're shutting down. Listen, I have to keep this short so the file size will be small enough to fly under the radar. There are more. They may not be in order.
Peut-être pas en ordre.
I saw it for the first time
Je l'ai vu pour la
today.
première fois aujourd'hui.
There was a character
Il y avait
I
un
couldn't make out
caractère,
who
je n'ai
it
pas pu
was,
distinguer
standing
lequel,
at the end of
qui
the
se
hall.
dressait au bout du couloir.
I thought it was
J'ai
just
pensé que
bugged
c'était
out.
juste un bug,
So I made a
alors je
note
l'ai
of it
noté et
and
j'ai
kept
continué à
playing.
jouer.
But then it was looking
Mais
in
il
the
regardait par
window,
la fenêtre et
and
pas
not
comme
like
si quelqu'un au
Chico
bonnet
or
le
Bonnie
ferait.
would. It was like it was
Comme si je
actually
regardais
looking
par
in
la
the
fenêtre pour
window,
voir ce qu'il
seeing what I
faisait.
was doing.
Hey, esti. Voilà.
I heard a pretty heated conversation this morning between Dale, our manager, and someone else on the line. It really feels like this project is in trouble, in no small part because of the lawsuit, I'm sure. There has to be a lawsuit, there's no way there isn't. It happened in this building just a few doors down from me. I think it's made worse by the fact that Jeremy tried to tell us something was wrong. But as a dev team, we all just saw it as a challenge to find what the problem was and fix it. Who could have known that? I have to go. Have you ever heard of a guillotine paper slicer? It sounds made up, but it's an actual piece of office equipment. I didn't even know we had one in the supply room. I guess they're more common at businesses that do a lot of graphic design work. I remember seeing one when I was still in school, and even then, I knew how dangerous it looked. I was always afraid of losing a finger. That seems so silly now. Jeremy used to do design work. I guess that's how he knew it was there.
Ok.
The drawers have been emptied out. Someone was here. I don't think it was spring cleaning either. No, there was plastic on the floor. Someone was definitely here during the night. It had to have been the client. I mean, they sent us that stuff in the first place with no explanation, told us to scan it, said it would expedite the process so we wouldn't need to program any pathfinding ourselves. It was a budget thing, I guess. It was just junk. Circuit boards and things like that. Looked pretty old. Somehow, though, there was usable code on some of it. It seemed to take hold by itself. Things started changing. But then, he started appearing. At least that's what Jeremy said.
En gros, t'as un virus. Salope. Euh...
I came in early that morning. No one else was there. At least that's what I thought. The supply room was lit. I didn't even notice Jeremy standing in the testing room as I walked past. The supply room was so bright, glowing from all the way down the hall. Jeremy complained of nightmares when he came in this morning. He wasn't talking about it like someone telling a friend about his dreams, though. He was pale, looked like he hadn't eaten in days. He spent an hour talking in Dale's office, but it didn't look like he was given much sympathy. When he came out, he went directly back to the testing room. He doesn't even jump anymore. Nothing scares him. He just stands there like he's talking to someone. Sometimes he rocks from side to side. We were told to leave him alone. I knew I was in line to do the testing next. They'd been prepping me for it. I guess they knew that Jeremy would need to be replaced soon. You can always tell when a company is getting ready to fire someone. They start giving out written warnings for silly things, making sure to build a paper trail and make a case for a firing. Things that normally no one would care about suddenly become grave offenses, all worthy of being written and documented. I guess it works two ways, because it also encourages a person to quit rather than be scrutinized so heavily. I think Jeremy was too far gone to consider that option, though. The thing about it is that I don't think they were going to fire him because of anything he was doing wrong. They just knew he'd seen something. They needed to discredit him.
Ok, à date, il y a une histoire. Je comprends pas tout, là. Pas que je comprends pas l'anglais, mais c'est un peu de fuck. À date, je comprends juste que le lapin qui est là habituellement, lui qui est là habituellement, c'est un bug qui était pas censé être là à la base, qu'un client ou un employé, ou probablement, pas pour le gars, je dis ça au pif, euh, qui a- qui l'a mis dans le code du jeu. Il y a personne qui le savait, y a personne, à part qui le voyait. Il pensait, oh, c'est rien ça, mais en gros, il rend fou à peu près tous ceux qui testent, ceux qui le testent, le jeu. Ah, tabarnak, j'ai pas envie. Ah, fuck you, hostie de calice. Sérieuse que c'est. Pardon? Hostie, j'ai eu peur! Pour faire de mal. Me fuck you? Mais fuck you? Hostie, ok. Oh la pute! Ouais, je vais me prendre un screamer, c'est fait.
Want to see the scooping room? You should have known I'd find you.
C'était sûr! Ah, fuck! Ah, c'était sûr! Ah, fuck off. Ah, c'était sûr, man! Ah, stick. Quand j'avais vu des vidéos de Markiplier, c'était cette partie-là, je me suis dit, oh ça, je veux le faire. Finalement, ça me tente plus trop. Je sais pas pourquoi, c'est... Oh, fils de pute. Quand tu le vois en rue, tu dis bonjour, fils de... je me souviens... Je me souviens d'une vidéo. Ouais, c'est l'original, c'est l'original.
Hello? Hello? Well, if you're hearing this and you made it to day 2,
Congrats.
I won't talk quite as long this time since Freddy and his friends tend to become more active as the week progresses. It might be a good idea to peek at those cameras while I talk, just to make sure everyone's in their proper place, you know. Interestingly enough, Freddy himself doesn't come off stage very often. I've heard he becomes a lot more active in the dark, though, so hey, I guess that's one more reason not to run out of power, right? I also want to emphasize the
Là,
importance
il y avait
of
Chica.
using your door lights. There are blind spots in your camera view,
Chica est là.
and those blind spots happen to be right outside your doors. So if you can't find something
Bonnie et Chica,
or
ok.
someone on your cameras, be sure to check the door lights. A few seconds to react. Not that you would be in any danger, of course. I'm not implying that. Also, check on the curtain in Pirate Cove from time to time. The character in there seems to
Oh,
be
fuck
and
you.
becomes more active if the cameras remain off for long periods of time. I guess he doesn't like being watched. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure you have everything under control. Talk to you soon.
Ok, lui est là. Chica doit être juste là. Voilà. Ok, lui est toujours là. Lui aussi. Foxy, fils de pute. Voilà, salut, salope. Ok, toujours là, elle, ça sert. Toujours là. Puis là, elle est où? Ok. Oh la pute. Ok, elle est là, lui est là, lui là, il bouge pas. Il est au bord de la tabarnak de porte. Oh! S'il y a un cadran, je vais même plus ouvrir les portes, asti de colis. Que tout est là, tu bouges pas. Vous êtes là, tout est là. Tu restes là. Oh, salut, salope, t'es là, tu bouges pas. Voilà, reste là, si tu restes là, c'est ça que je te dise. Fais son spectacle. Hostie, mon pourcent fucking descendu à cause de son rire du calice. Freddy? Ah, fils de pute! Fils de pute. Ah, tabarnak! Faites la fête. Fuck you! Faites la fête, tabarnak. Ah, stick! Hey. Whew. Fuck you.
Hello? Hello? Well, if you're hearing this and you made it to day 2, congrats. I won't talk quite as long this time since Freddy and his friends tend to become more active as the week progresses. It might be a good idea to peek at those cameras while I talk, just to make sure everyone's in their proper place, you know. Interestingly enough, Freddy himself doesn't come off stage very often. I've heard he becomes a lot more active in the dark, though, so hey, I guess that's one more reason not to run out of power, right? I also want to emphasize the importance of using your door lights. There are blind spots in your camera view, and those blind spots happen to be right outside your doors. So if you can't find something somewhere where the cameras, be sure to check the door light.
Oh, fuck!
Not that you would be in any danger, of course. I'm not implying that. Also, check on the curtain in Pirate Cove from time to time.
Oh, fuck you!
And then he becomes more active if the cameras remain off for long periods of time. I guess he doesn't like being watched. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure you have everything under control. Talk to you soon.
Chica doit être dans la cuisine. Voilà. Chica est dans la cuisine. Tout toujours là. Ok, toi t'es plus là. Chica est là. Faut que c'est rien. Lui est toujours là. Chica est toujours là. Toi toujours là. Faut que c'est rien. Toi t'es plus là. C'est qu'ils sont gros comme animatronique. Qui est là? Tu bouges pas. Oh les putes. Ok, tout est là. Est-ce que je te vois pas? Tu me fais chier. Fils de pute. Ah, fils de pute. Dégage! Ouais, je savais, si. Vas-y, plus de stage. Salope. Yes! Mon préféré. Mon préféré, c'est moi.
Using proprietary technology developed by Fazbear Entertainment, our VR development teams were able to use vintage control boards almost like plug and play, digitally recreating performances and personalities from the past in an instant.
Ok, si tu le dis. Ça, je sais pas si c'est sûr que tu voulais pas. Non! C'était pas de la craie, c'était un morceau de beurre! Ok, mais je me disais aussi, ça sent pas une craie, mais... Si je peux être con. Je mange un morceau de beurre, c'ti. Je mangeais mon exotic butters. Bubblehead. Je pense qu'il manque chicken comme Bubblehead. Je l'ai vu pendant 2 secondes, mais ça a juste bugué. Non. Mais... Ok, je vais te mettre ici, tester, c'est ça que tu veux. Fils de pute. Testons FNAF 2. J'ai envie de tester FNAF 2. Je suis tanné de me chier dessus. Ouais, je sais comment marche FNAF 2.
Hello and welcome to your new summer. I'm here to talk you through some of the things you can expect to see during your first week here and to help you get started down this new and exciting career path. Now, I want you to forget anything you may have heard about the old location, you know. Some people still have a somewhat negative impression of the company. That old restaurant was kind of left to rot for quite a while, but I want to reassure you, Fazbear Entertainment is committed to family fun and above all, safety. They've spent a small fortune on these new animatronics. Facial recognition, advanced mobility, they even let them walk around during the day. Isn't that neat? But most importantly, they're all tied into some kind of criminal database so they can detect a predator a mile away. Heck, we should be paying them to guard you. Now that being said,
on devrait vous payer pour vous garder.
Kinks. You're only the second guard to work at that location. The first guy finished his week but complained about.
Mais c'est quoi ce bureau aussi, tu sais?
We switched him over to the day shift. So, hey, lucky you, right? Mainly he expressed concern that certain characters seem to move around at night and even attempted to get into his office. Now, from what we know, that should be impossible. That restaurant should be the safest place on Earth. So while our engineers don't really have an explanation for this, the working theory is that the robots were never given a proper night mode. So when it gets quiet, they think they're in the wrong room. So then they go try to find where the people are, and in this case, that's your office. So our temporary solution is this. There's a music box over by the prize counter, and it's rigged to be wound up remotely. So just every once in a while, switch over to the prize counter video feed and wind it up for a few seconds. It doesn't seem to affect all of the animatronics, but it does affect one of them. And as for the rest of them, we have an even easier solution. You see, there may be a minor glitch in the system, something about the robot saying he was an endoskeleton without his costume on and wanting to stuff you into a suit. So hey, we've given you an empty Freddy Fazbear head. Problem solved. You can put it on any time and leave it on for as long as you want. Eventually anything that wandered in will wander back out. Something else worth mentioning is kind of the quirky modern design of the building. You may have noticed there are no doors for you to close. But hey, you have a light, and even though your flashlight can run out of power, the building cannot. So don't worry about the place going dark. Well, I think that's it. You should be golden. Check the lights, put on the Freddy head if you need to. Keep the music box wound up. Piece of cake. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Elle descend vite en tabarnak, la boîte à musique. Je t'ai entendu marcher. Hostie. Des fois, j'ai l'impression d'entendre des bruits de pas. Il n'y avait pas plus simple. Mais lui, il est... Attends. Mais lui, il est plus là. Un gobelet. J'ai un gobelet. Je reviens, faut que j'aille aux toilettes. Je reviens. Allez. On va en faire un petit dernier. Hein? On va en faire un petit dernier, puis après ça, j'ai arrêté le live. Hostie est là, finalement. Ah ben, tabarnak. Est-ce qu'on teste FNAF 3? Oh, puis oh ouais donc, pourquoi pas?
Hey, glad you came back for another night. I promise it'll be a lot more interesting this time. We found some great new relics over the weekend, and we're out tracking down a new lead right now. Let me just update you real quick, then you can get to work. Like, the attraction opens in like a week, so we have to make sure everything works and nothing catches on fire. When the place opens, people will come in at the opposite end of the building and work their way toward you, then past you, and out the exit. Yeah, you've officially become part of the attraction. You'll be starring as a security guard. So not only will you be monitoring the people on the camera as they pass through, you know, to make sure no one steals anything or makes out in the corner, but you'll also be a part of the show. It'll make it feel really authentic, I think. Now let me tell you about what's new. We found another set of drawings, always nice, and a foxy head, which we think could be authentic. Then again, it might just be another crappy copy.
Hello?
And we found a desk fan, very old school, metal though. Watch the fingers. Right now the place is basically just, you know, flashing lights and spooky props. I honestly thought we'd have more by now. If we don't have something really cool by next week, we may have to suit you up in a furry suit and make you walk around saying, boo.
Vidéo avant.
But, you know, like I said, we're trying to track down a good lead right now. Some guy who helped design one of the buildings says it was like an extra room that got boarded up, or something like that. So, we're gonna take a peek and see what we can find. For now, just get comfortable with the new setup. You can check the security cameras over to your right with the click of that blue button. You can toggle between the hall cams and the vent cams. Then over to your far left, you can flip up your maintenance panel.
suis complètement con, je le vois pas.
I wasn't joking about the fire. That's a real risk.
Ça, c'est pas ça, là.
The most important thing you want to watch for is the ventilation. Look, this place will give you the spooks, man. And if you let that ventilation go offline, then you'll start seeing some crazy stuff, man. Keep that air flowing. Okay, keep an eye on things, and we'll try to have something new for you tomorrow night.
Hi.
Oh, tabarnak.
Hello.
Mais je l'ai pas vu une fois? Merci. Je suppose. Mais... Allô, c'est normal, je l'ai pas vu une fois ou je suis complètement con? En tout cas, je vais arrêter là pour le live. 11h51. D'accord. Je vais arrêter là pour le live. Je pense qu'on en a fait assez. Je sais même pas depuis combien de temps ça tourne en fait. J'espère que vous l'aurez apprécié. J'appelle plus ça des vidéos plus qu'un live. Je peux pas le faire sur ordi, j'en ai comme plus. Je vais vous dire bye ici. Puis, soit demain, soit après-demain, je vais essayer d'en refaire un, mais pour l'instant, j'ai plus les jambes mortes qu'autre chose. Fait que c'est sûr qu'aujourd'hui, je vais continuer. Je vais pas en continuer. Si vous avez aimé, le live ou peu importe, plus pouce bleu, je sais pas, peut-être. Puis, en fait, vous faites ce que vous voulez. C'est comme vous voulez. On va dire que quand je fais de chambre là, il disparaît. Mais non, c'est ça. Je vais arrêter ça là. Je vais en faire d'autres plus tard parce que là, j'ai ma dose. Puis je vous dis bye en gros. Je vous dis bye puis à la prochaine.